What makes a woman follow a man? Great video, K-Ray. I just got through looking at you did, man. Gotta come and respond with you on that. What makes a woman follow a man? You know what? I always ask this also. What makes a man follow a woman? See, we got to go back to the fall of Adam when he sinned. When he messed up the relationship between God and man. See, God created everything beautiful. And even before woman was here, he had man put in charge. And I'm not saying this man to be controlling. I'm saying this to say if we would lead the way God told us to lead and listen and follow God, then I believe a lot of women wouldn't have no problem following their man, following their husband. When Adam sinned, when he listened at Eve, see, Adam didn't have no reason to listen at Eve because God had already had Adam heard and told Adam everything ahead of time. And it wasn't until Adam listened at woman. That's why we got a lot of women walking around here with the Eve mentality. They telling man what to do. It got messed up from day one. Now, it's supposed to have been where we was going to be equal. But they messed that up in the garden. It's been messed up ever since. Because the serpent beguiled her. She told Adam what to do. Now the question should come in your head is, okay, why did Adam even listen at Eve? He already knew what to do. And I believe that's how God looked at it. I told you what to do, Adam. I told you everything about the garden. What to eat on, what not to eat off of. And then you want to sit here and say, well, I listened at Eve. And I'm just paraphrasing this. Not to get off on the Adam and Eve story, because y'all know me, I tell the real truth on that story. It wasn't no biting of the apple. I'm not going to get off into that though. But what are you going after of is the question. What are you going after of is the question, because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And what's sad, we got a lot of weak people. They just settling. Because God never intended for Adam to control Eve. It wasn't no control issue. It should have been an equal issue. That's why he created woman to be man's helpmeet. Listen to what I'm saying, help me. But they got destroyed. Now you got most women taking care of the house by themselves because men done failed a lot of them and they ain't going to try to get up. And then they want to blame everything on the woman this, the woman that. We need to quit playing this blame game. Sometimes you need to just go look in the mirror and look at what you ain't doing. See, people don't like to look at that mirror, man, because it's too easy to point fingers at everybody else and what they ain't doing. But when it comes to checking yourself, how many people can check themselves? I do it every day. I do it every day. I got to go look at myself in that mirror and I say self, and myself say, you got some more stuff to work on. That's why I do what I need to do. I got to make sure I'm doing my part on my end. That's why I won't settle for dating no anybody. See, I ain't looking for no anybody. I'm looking for my blessing. But I done went out to stop looking now because I'm focused. See, the time I spend with myself is the time for me to focus on myself, because I don't need to get with nobody if I ain't got myself in order. That's why the Bible taught us about women like Ruth, men like Boaz, which means strength. Boaz was a great man of God, and Boaz wasn't no poor man. And Boaz knew Ruth because of her works. And Ruth wound up proposing to Boaz, one of the greatest love stories in the Bible, just my opinion. I call it a love story. That's an awesome story to me. And if we had more Boaz men walking around here, more women walking around here like Ruth, some I'm going to say Queen Esther. The Bible teaches us how to be men. That's why with the women, it says a virtuous woman. The Bible teaches me that a husband praises his virtuous wife, praises her, because she is wise. She takes care of everything the way God say do it. That's why we done got split from being equal. Now you got so many controlling men throwing scriptures at women and telling them this and telling them that. Oh, you need to be submitted to me. Well, you need to submit to your wife also. So we done got to the point where we all up here now. It's on both sides, men and women. I'm not just going to say it's on the men's side because it's too many controlling women out here. That's why now you got most marriages split up because ain't nobody compromising no more. It's my way or the highway. And that's your husband you talking to. Or husband, that's your wife you talking to. It ain't no sitting down and agreeing on this and agreeing on that no more. See, now it ain't even hardly no conversations. Now you got most people sleeping in separate rooms. That's why the divorce rate is so high, and finances also. It's all jacked up, K-Ray. That's why I try to be the man that God has planted me to be. I don't do nothing else outside. I learned, man, when you take self out of the picture, oh, you have a beautiful life, man. Though we're gonna have trials and tribulations, that's promised to us. I wish folks would understand that. Quit talking about why I'm going through this, why I'm going through that. You're supposed to go through something. How else you gonna learn? How else you gonna tell somebody about something else and you ain't never been through it? Life is a learning experience. You should be living and learning from your mistakes. Some people just living and getting dumber and dumber. Folks going out dating a jacked up man and they knowing he jacked up from the beginning, but now they want to get in there and try to change him. You can't do the changing. Only God change people. You can try all day to change somebody, and you'll find out you'll waste your whole life trying to change that person. Why do a man run after a woman he know that ain't good for him? The other problem, K-Ray, too many people caught on the outer appearance. And it's just my little talk on this, man. I ain't nobody, trust me. I'm just speaking from experience and what I went through. So many people are caught on the outer appearance because she fine. Some women do the same thing. Oh, he look good. He pretty. He tall. He got long hair. Oh, he light skinned. That's my color. So many people's status are set so high, and then when they hook up with these individuals, they ain't about nothing. Now they mad they done got with them, and some of them don't know how to get out of the situation. You never judge a book by its cover, but you also should know a tree by its fruit. And I ain't judging nobody. You watch a person long enough. I'm going to say like my old neighbor used to say, if you give some people a rope, give them enough rope, they'll hang themselves. Because so many people lie so much, and then people trying to impress people with material things, and now it's just all messed up. Like I did the video not too long ago, I'm only with him because he got money. Y'all ain't got nothing in common but that he got that money. And once again, the Bible teaches us that love of money is the root of all evil. Oh, girl, I don't like him at all, but hey, he got that money. He ugly as hell, but he got that money. He'll buy me anything I need. And I'm going to tell you like this, if you got to buy somebody, you in bad shape. I'm not finna buy down one of these women out here. I'm not finna go trick my money off. I don't have to go to no strip club. I can do a good enough job on blowing my money. If I want to blow some money, I don't need no help doing that. And I'm sure not finna buy no woman. I tell people in a heartbeat, if people don't like you, if a woman or a man don't like you for who you are, move on. Because I ain't finna impress you. Only person I'm trying to impress is God. I'm trying to please God. I'm not trying to break my neck and going out getting all this stuff that's meaningless. But that's what's going on nowadays, K-Ray. Why do a woman follow a man like that? Man, that's a good video, bro. And so many women are so down on themselves, so depressed, no self-esteem, no self-respect. They don't even feel like they can do no better at all because they can't even get themselves together. You should never let no man get you to the point, women, where you just don't even care about how you look. Now you going to work any kind of way. You look like, they say you, boy, I tell you, man, you feel how you look or you look how you feel. That is so true. Now you depressed, and he ain't doing nothing for you but getting you stressed out. Same way, man, you done got that woman that control the woman. She just downing you out and dogging you out. Some men got jobs right now and it still ain't enough. You got that complaining woman. You got that complaining man. Some people ain't never satisfied. It don't matter what you do. And I see people with big houses and nice cars, and they still ain't satisfied. Because once again, that love of money is the root of all evil. I gotta have this material thing. You already got 5 vehicles and you still crying and complaining. and all of them 2000 and up. You got a 2011. You got a 2008 or 2009. It still ain't enough when you got folks around here ain't got nothing at all. I keep telling folks, just because you up to date, don't mean you're going to be up tomorrow. Every day, like you just said, K-Ray, every day ain't going to be good. Jesus told us that in the book of Matthew, chapter 6, I believe, verses 34. 6 and 34 told us that's why we don't worry about tomorrow. Let tomorrow worry about itself. Each day got enough problem of his own, and we still going out here making more problems on top of what Jesus done already said in Matthew. We was promised trials and tribulations, and now we add on to that by doing stupid stuff because we ignorant of this word right here. Going after anybody. I'm just gonna settle. He ain't got nothing to do with God. I know that. I knew that when I met him, but now I'm gonna get it anyway because I believe I can change him. Now you better wake up and get out of that dream you in. Because one thing about God ain't gonna make us do nothing. That's why he gives us a free will. He ain't gonna make you do nothing. You want to sit out and go get with somebody, you go get that knucklehead. You knew he wasn't no good from the beginning. Now you done got in a situation and you better asking God to bail you out when God ain't put you in there. And then you mad at God because God ain't operating on your time. Ignorance. We gotta live and learn, not just live and get dumber. Wisdom comes from God. Study the word of God. Don't just study it, but try to live it. I guarantee you your life will straighten up. Why did I go after that man when I knew he wasn't no good from the beginning? Why did I go after that woman? I already knew she was just about herself. That's why when you look at the independent woman, not all of them that have this mentality, because I know some independent women that would love for a man to meet that great man of God. Everybody are different. But the majority of these independent women, they stuck on themselves. And when they do get somebody, they can't keep them long. Because they ain't going to change what they've been doing. One thing about a man, woman, a real man, a woman of God, going to let that man lead. If you're a good woman of God, you're going to let that man lead you the right way. If he is a man of God and lining his life up with God, you should have no problem letting that man lead. Because it never was about a control issue. That's why God created man, then made woman out of man to be that helpmeet. Adam needed his helpmeet because he said it's not good for man to be alone. He created the animals and then he put Adam to sleep and then he created Eve. We was created to be equal because we know that God knew that in these days time we not gonna always be up. That's why that helpmeet supposed to come in also. But now in most homes, you don't have but one person. If it's somebody in there, we done got so lazy as men, we ain't trying to do nothing. Oh, I'm going to just sit back and watch. And then you want to stick your chest out and give all the orders and wonder why the woman don't want to respect you every time. I know I done hurt somebody's feelings with that, but it's all right. We done made it like this. See, we want to blame everything on the woman, but it ain't all on the woman, man. I got to stand up and tell the truth. You have done some things to put you where you are. Because once again, your wife can't even make you do nothing. Your husband can't make you do nothing. You got to do it you got to do your part. You can't put your 100% in and then your mate putting in 10%. Y'all better learn how to get close. And I'm going to get on out of here on that. God bless.